Rosier, and I am the author of The Most Dangerous Superstition. And if you didn't already know that, you might as well skip this video.
The reason we're doing this video is because it's actually about to be out of print. And for those of you who don't know, this book is famous for basically logically debunking the myth of human authority, the idea that any human being can have the right to rule another, and that includes government of all forms. And so for people who have been disillusioned with politics and have turned to reading this book, it's really shocked and surprised a lot of people by how important it's turned out to be. If you check Amazon, the reviews on this book are ridiculous. I've never seen a book before where all of the reviews almost independently are saying something like, this is a book unlike any book I've ever read. This book is important. It may be the most important book today. This is the most important book in the world. This is the most important book of our time. I can't count the number of reviews that say this book is the most important book they think maybe they've ever read. So that's a little bit unique, and we figured this book should be already out there and everywhere at this point, and it's about to be out of print. So we wanted to give people the opportunity who are a fan of this book and who want to invest in a mass printing. We thought, why don't we explain what happens when we do a mass print of this book and how you can invest in that and what that can bring back for you in return.
And here's the deal. This isn't about donations. It's not even a book bomb, because that's normally like people chipping in. This is a direct investment and with a guaranteed return. Here's how it works. The printers I use, the offset printers I use up in Michigan, they will print a few hundred copies, and the price per book is horrendously bad. So if I pay to do that, I basically lose money on selling it. If we get thousands of copies printed at a time, the price per book gets remarkably good. So it occurred to me that it would be a win-win situation if I let people invest in a printing. So they chuck in money and we do one big printing at once, and then I buy back the books from the investors. Basically, the books just sit there and I have a pile of cases of books. And then as I need them to send to Amazon so they can fulfill the orders, I buy them back a case at a time. And even if I'm buying back the cases for twice what the investors bought them for, it's still a good deal for me. It's still a better deal than me paying to print a few hundred at a time, because the price drops that dramatically. So the deal I was actually going to offer is this. The lowest level investment is if you invest $200 to go into this printing, you get $300 back, so you get a 50% return. If you invest $500, you get $800 back, so you get $300. That's a 60% return. If you invest $1,000 or more, you double your investment, guaranteed. And the only thing that isn't guaranteed is exactly when it's going to happen, because that depends on how quickly we sell the books. Now, when I don't promote the thing at all, I still sell usually about a case a month. It's a couple books a day on average. If somebody talks about it somewhere, that goes way up. And so it fluctuates a bunch, but there's a steady underlying current of orders that keeps going, and that's promoting nothing. But the point is to now promote the heck out of it, but I need there to be books before I can promote it. I don't want to promote it, have 1,000 people go, wow, I got to read that, and then have there be none available until we do it.
So we need to do a printing first, but really we want people to start at investing to get at least 1,000 or more printed at once, because that's when it's going to start to dramatically bring the price down. If you only invest at a few $100, you don't see nearly the return, and we can't print nearly as many at once and guarantee that we can actually promote the crap out of it and then have the books there ready to go once it's being promoted. And there are a lot of people in the Liberty movement who are marketers and have said, you know, you guys can be marketing this thing better and you can be making this a bestseller, but when you have, you know, multiple projects on your plate and one of them isn't marketing anything that you do, it's best to have other people in the Liberty movement do the marketing for you. And so we know people who have come to us and said, we're going to market the Most Dangerous Superstition or help you market it. But we need it to be back in print first, and we figured we would rather it be an economically efficient printing by having a bunch of anarchists invest in a mass printing of the Most Dangerous Superstition, and we figured we'd put this out there and if you guys want to check out the reviews on it and see that this is indeed voted the most important book of our time, and it is worth your investment, you can. But this is mainly for people who know the Most Dangerous Superstition, know Larken, and know that this is a worthy investment.
And it's actually a win-win-win because the printers like getting gigantic orders too.
Yes, it's an evil capitalist exchange where all parties benefit and win.
Profit-driven
from the exchange.
Exploitation of... So if you want to be in...
We'll scheme to get the Most Dangerous Superstition everywhere.
To end the state, invest in anarchy. So if you want the details or want more information, I will put my contact information below, so you can get in touch with me. There will be a cap on it. It won't be less than $20,000 though. If you say I want to invest $1 million, I may say it's going to take a while before you're going to get paid back unless we promote it really well. But like I said, the cap isn't going to be less than $20,000, which would print, I don't know, 15,000 books or something. So for more information, check out the information in the description below and jump on board quick because I think I have a whole case and a half left of books. So I need to do a printing pretty dang fast. And the people who don't get in on the deal, within the next couple of weeks are going to miss this round, and you'll have to wait for the next printing. Anyway, details are below, and we're going to try to get this rolling in the next 2 or 3 weeks to get a large printing done. So get a move on if you want in on the deal.
Anarchy.
Anarchy.